Audie Murphy's story begins in dust, silence, and responsibility far beyond his years. Born into crushing poverty, he learned early that childhood was a luxury he could not afford. When his father vanished and his mother passed away, the weight of survival fell squarely on his narrow shoulders. He worked the fields, hunted to put food on the table, and became a protector long before he became a soldier. Hunger sharpened his instincts and suffering taught him discipline. This was not a heroic beginning, but it was a formative one. Pain carved resilience into him, quietly shaping a boy who would later face horrors most men could not endure. A soldier built from grief and resolve. Rejected at first for being too small, Murphy refused to be denied. War offered him structure, purpose, and an escape from grief he could not outrun. Once deployed, he fought with a fierce precision that seemed almost personal. The battlefield was where his sorrow found direction. The death of a close friend hardened something inside him, turning restraint into resolve. He fought through illness, wounds, and exhaustion, driven not by glory but by obligation. His bravery became legendary, though he never sought praise. What the world called heroism was, for him, survival mixed with loyalty and unprocessed grief, burning quietly beneath the surface. Fame that never felt real. When the war ended, Murphy was pushed into the spotlight almost overnight. Magazines crowned him a national symbol, and Hollywood opened its doors wide. Yet fame felt hollow to him, like a costume he never chose. Acting was work, not salvation. Replaying war on screen reopened wounds that never healed, especially when he portrayed himself. Audiences saw strength and courage. Murphy felt fear and sleepless nights. He carried humility with him, never believing his own legend. The applause faded quickly once the cameras stopped rolling, leaving him alone with memories that fame could not soften or silence. Love strained by invisible battles. Murphy longed for family and stability, yet his trauma followed him home. His first marriage collapsed under the weight of night terrors and sudden rage. His second brought children he adored, but peace remained elusive. He withdrew not from lack of love, but from fear of hurting those closest to him. Living apart, even within his own home, became a form of self-protection. Nights were the hardest. Sleep came only with pills and vigilance, a weapon always nearby. Publicly admired as a family man, privately he lived in isolation, trapped between devotion and damage he could not explain. The quiet collapse. After glory. As the years passed, opportunities faded and financial mistakes piled up. Gambling losses and failed ventures drained what little security he had left. Debt became another enemy, relentless and humiliating. Government pressure and public expectations closed in from all sides. Still, Murphy clung to his principles, refusing endorsements that conflicted with his values. Pride kept him moving forward, even as circumstances pushed him backward. The man who once faced overwhelming odds in combat now faced a slower, lonelier struggle. Medals offered no protection here. This was a war without gunfire, fought entirely inside his mind and bank account. A final flight and an enduring echo. Murphy's life ended abruptly on a fog-shrouded mountain, far from the battlefields that defined him. His death shocked a nation and fueled speculation, but the truth was tragically simple. He left the world as he lived in it, quietly and without ceremony. At his burial, he asked for no grandeur, only a plain marker among fellow soldiers. In death, he finally found the rest that escaped him in life. Though haunted and imperfect, his legacy remains powerful. Not because he was fearless, but because he carried fear, pain, and duty, and still stood his ground.